there, Smite fans. Welcome to the relegations matches here between the bottom SPL teams and the top of the Challengers Cup. My name is Bart. His name is Brandon, which I learned today off a cue card.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, there's a guy out there in the back. Thanks, Steve.
I can't see him.
Yeah, it's because your eyesight's bad, but it's Brandon Nance, it says real big.
Not for show.
No, they're not. Yeah, those things are Coke bottles. But yeah, we're moving into the relegations here.
Yeah.
And so this is sometimes called up-down, sometimes called knockout matches, but here we call them relegations. And that is because we will be relegating some teams down to the Challengers Cup and other teams up into the professional league.
Now, today, we're actually going to be starting with the top seeds of the relegation. This is going to be the people that just barely got edged out of the SPL. We're going to be checking in with Team Dignitas out of Europe and North America. Will be Cognitive. Now, due to proper seeding, they're going to be fighting the bottom seeds coming out of the Challenger that made it to relegation. So, on paper, this should be a pretty quick day.
That's what they say. If this was high school, their superlative would be most likely to be one-sided. But it's not high school. It's relegation matches. And as you mentioned, it's Dignitas and Aces. Aces Club now.
Papis.
The Papis. This
Papis.
is the European relegations, guys. Let's take it into the P's and B's for Dignitas versus Papi. Papi.
Papi. That's going to come out at least at some point. They have to make a play or get bodied a little bit. There you go. You're going to see you already know Team Dignitas' roster. Variety, Frosty Axe, Shadow Nightmare, Frezzo, and Youngbay. Now, you're probably not going to know too much about most of these players on the Papis. That's right. Ojaboom, Dalo, we got Duffel, the Archangel, and then on the bottom, we have Warchi.
Young Warchi. You may know him from the Smite directory. He is... I think probably the most popular streamer in Europe.
Yes.
Him and Suntouch up there.
He
Warchi
has
out of Spain.
A pretty big jump over Suntouch. I would say about 30 or 40% higher viewership because
he's a 1K viewer kind of guy.
I think it's either Spain or Portugal that he plays to.
Well, that's a big difference there, and they'll probably be very upset with us if we get it wrong. Spain, I think.
Yeah, we're gonna say Spain.
I think I remember the ESP, the España before the tag.
That's it.
Yeah, it is. I believe a full Spanish team here as well.
And I think that's interesting that we didn't see Warchi at regionals, or rather, I'm sorry, at the
World Championship,
the
lunch
qualifiers.
Tournament. Okay, there we go.
The summer split, or spring split end. Ooh, God, it's been a long week off. Warchi was actually the coach for what was the SK Gaming team, but is not the coach for Fnatic.
Oh, how are we about it?
Bellona just made it through, and the Papis are going to get her.
Okay, so Papis, they're going to first pick Bellona. Let's get on the bans, too. The blue team is the Papis on the bottom side of the UI, and they are going to be the left side in the banning column, or, well, row, I guess. It's Athena and Ra, ban out Sylvanas and Poseidon out of that second pick position. Dignitas. Medusa is available for play.
That's right, I forgot about her.
Yes, but you can see that here, even so far, the disarm is valued higher than the DPS.
Yeah, I mean... Disarm is absolutely ridiculous in terms of control. Medusa, I mean, if she activates her 1 and you disarm her, she literally can't use her attacks or her first ability. I mean, it makes her really just kind of shut down. Thor going to be locked in as well. Sylvanas Poseidon taken away. This is strange. Usually we have some support picks by now, but Rama's going to get locked in on the bottom side. They're still looking... Yeah, Ares. Oh, I love that pick.
Okay, yeah, we're in Europe. It's Ares. Yeah, Medusa also... Well, Medusa, Thor, both... very reliant on mobility. So Ares here is a good pick versus the first two selections of Team Dignitas, but it doesn't really necessarily cut off too much for the rest of their draft here. Janus, it's a curious pick as well. Another mobility-based god. I guess they're just not too concerned about Archangel's Ares here.
All right, so I want to switch gears and remember that this is the patch that you didn't do the notes for yesterday.
Correct.
Right. So we still have the Teleria boots that are fantastic.
Yes.
I have been
XP Gold boots.
I have been messing around a little bit, and I would love to see someone pull this out where the support just builds it out of the gate.
Oh, right out?
Guardians can do that plus potions, and then just run into the jungle and just hit all 5 of them.
Okay, roll out through a bunch and then get some knockouts.
Just Ares walks in with flames. Hey, 150 gold. Thanks, boys.
Right, Ares.
I didn't think walks away.
Yeah, then recalls and buys his wards.
Yep.
It's Amir as the final ban here on the side of the Papis.
Smart.
That's what they don't want to deal with their Ares. Makes sense. And it's Agni banned out by Team Dignitas, not wanting some kind of Trump mid laner to go into their Janus. But, so the common wisdom here, I think, for Dignitas is that the weak point may be variety in the solo lane.
Yes.
So keep an eye there and see if Ojaboom can get anything going for the Papis, who did struggle through the Challengers series, are the lowest seed coming in. Well, not the lowest seed in the Challengers Cup as well, obviously, but they did win enough games to have a shot here at relegations. But they did struggle a bit this year. Dignitas probably not the showing they were expecting either as they go into this team, but it's Sobek drafted on the top side here, and Scylla in return with one final pick outstanding for the Papis. It will be, well, a fairly Trump-oriented solo laner in and of himself. It's Hercules. So Dignitas, yeah, it's likely Sobek for their solo lane, one would expect, which leaves the Guardian role open. Question mark, question mark.
I mean, it could be, right? It could be Geb. It could be, who else is left? Bacchus. Sobek could also play that. They could go maybe even Bakasura, which is not a bad match against Hercules, but God forbid Bellona ganks that lane, right?
Yeah, that's kind of the beauty of Sobek, is that he's not going to be too concerned. Okay, so it will be a Sobek support, and it will be Ullr going to the solo lane, I suppose, a la Cyclone Spin.
Well, then again, Medusa also has a fair solo lane as well. Great lane clear. I mean, good poke as well. I mean, they have a decent amount of ambiguity on both teams. I mean, Bellona now, I would probably send Bellona to the solo lane and get those disarms off.
Sure, yeah. I mean, they have a lot of luxury to do that there. I mean, it's really unlikely it's any kind of support-oriented Ullr. And, well, I my guess is it's probably Ullr for the solo lane over Medusa. He just scales a little bit better off of the blue buff. His damage output's higher based on mana than Medusa's will be. The Papis here, I think probably have the stronger squad drafted. I mean, the exception of the Ares, who's a little bit hit or miss. It's Scylla, I guess, in that category as well, but Hercules, Rama, Bellona, very, very stable characters.
Well, they don't have an assassin, but they make up for it. Scylla's endgame damage is going to be huge, and then Bellona as a double front line with Ares supporting that, I mean, that's really, really powerful.
Well, let's get this one underway, my friends. It is game number 1 in a best-of-5 contest between the Papis and Team Dignitas, and that is not the flowers. Those are the daddies. It is Ojo Boom as the Hercules in the solo lane. That leaves Dalo in the jungle as Bellona, Daful as Scylla mid lane. Archangel will be your support with Warji in the dual lane as Ares and Ram. Their opponents today are Team Dignitas. They're wearing the red coats. They're fighting on the top side of your mini-map on the right side of your spectator UI. Some deep wards placed as they roam around. Variety will be your solo lane. Ullr, Frosty in the jungle as Thor, Shadow Nightmare mid lane. Janus, Frezzo, and Youngbei as your dual lane. Sobek, Medusa.
So starting off, Dignitas definitely underestimating their opponents.
Why is that?
Because there's no way you should be trying to invade on Hercules and Bellona. I mean, that's taking away literally the rest of the team. Those 5 would have a hard time against Hercules and Bellona.
No heavy hammers, though.
That's true. I mean, but does Bellona really need it? You know, she got the disarm. She has decent amount of healing. Hercules Driving Strike, one of the best level 1 abilities in the game. Ton of damage, knockback plus stun. Hits 3 or 4 people. And then they have the Ares for the cripple, making sure the person that they're choosing can't get out. I mean, there was a lot of trouble there. Granted, there was 2 hunters for the back line, but
yeah, there's a double Heartseeker rush.
I like the Heartseeker rush. The only thing, you know, we've been talking a lot about this across the board, right? You know, pros, not pros, analysts, everybody. Do we do Heartseeker? Do we do Dev's Gloves? And it comes down to 2 things. One, how fast do you think that you can get that Heartseeker online versus how fast do you think you're going to do the Gold Fury? Now, if you're doing Gold Fury, Heartseeker's not going to help you.
Right, yeah, just the bonus damage, but doesn't give you that ability to tank the Gold Fury up, which is one of the things that, I mean, through the first couple years of competitive Smite was not really something that was explored too much, but now is really the norm, is this idea of get the Dev's Glove stacked, and it makes most sense, obviously, on her with a pillar block into the bonus damage as well, but
yeah,
it just kind of feels like that's now where the meta has set, so will the teams adapt effectively? Sobek does have one of the better kind of early tankability options to the Gold Fury with his passive and a little bit of healing in his kit. One of the better ones maybe to have, but Medusa, I mean, how fast do you think she is a Gold Fury now, even through the balance changes?
Well, I mean, the big part of her doing the Gold Fury so quickly during PTS and slightly after was the fact that she had that insane amount of burst damage. She doesn't have that anymore. She has basic damage, and yeah, this is clean. Youngbei, first blood on Medusa, something you definitely don't want to see.
The alley-oop there was really cute as well. The Sobek charge spray into the Medusa slash. It doesn't do a tremendous amount of damage, but it was enough to secure the kill there.
Yeah, lacerate's like 80 damage at this level.
Yeah, and it does give you that kind of momentary root as well, so that the ability fires, which, while Sobek can't necessarily make the best use out of that, it can definitely throw in another tail whip or a couple in-hands.
It reduces healing as well, including potion, so a decent amount there. Ojoboom getting slammed.
This is not a trade for him.
Wow, Variety, look at this. Oh, he's trying for it, too.
This is not a trade. I mean, but he did take this archer damage the whole time, and he got crushed.
Oh, look at the turnaround. Ojoboom baited that clean.
Well, I think the Variety just got a little cocky there. He was like, I don't care about this one archer. And then he got hit 14 times by that archer, and then right into an Earthshaker. I mean, that the archer and the mitigate wounds kind of evened out where they were going to end up as the ability failed to fire, or ended firing there, and they had equal HP. There's the pluck coming in. Youngbei should be able to get Nice bit of damage out of this one. The Hog coming out early, and Bellona on the rotation. This could turn around the other way quickly. Bay is dead to rights here as he's crippled out. Bellona with the ability damage over the top, and here's a Scylla. Roma and Victa as well, and Frezzy's going to get taken out as well. The Papis showing a little bit of gumption here with a big rotation to the left side.
With that, they do this at 2:30, which is a little bit a little bit above the perfect timing. If they had done the 10 seconds later, right, they could have got both mid camps off it. But still, I don't think they're too worried about it. Frostyx going to hit 5, but will be hard pressed to control both sides. I mean, they're guaranteed at least 1 at this point.
Ooh, Janus in trouble with the chain. A max length chain, I'm sorry. The ultimate going to be forced out to bail out of this one as the mid camps will be coming up in the next few seconds. They have a half HP mid laner on the side of Dignitas. The Papis with a bit of an advantage right now, but they're not going to kind of, just a little bit of an unexperienced team there. They didn't try to force it out. Now they're going to take the fight on the other side. The back line's going to get blown up by Thor into full in a lot of trouble. Bailing Scylla. And now it's Bellona who's likely to go down here. Yes, she will. And perhaps the Archangel as well. The burst damage coming through. The spin to win as well. The slow. Here comes Sobek with the bonus scaling coming out of the Janus.
Got him.
Plucking back. Archangel. He will evade the Scylla. Sick him for now, will the rest of the team. And will try to make his way out. Do a bit of damage before he goes. Did he have Talaria boots for that? That could have been fairly good. No, not quite online yet.
What was so upsetting about that fight there for Ares is he turned around and hit those 180 no-scope chains 3 times. Had he hit different people, though...
They had the run speed.
Yeah, he would have given himself a little bit more run speed. He probably would have been picked off in the end, but he could have wasted a bit more time. With that, I mean, he still made a great play, but unfortunately, they weren't paying attention to the task at hand. They didn't focus on the mid camps. They were focusing far too much on trying to get that kill in the mid lane that they didn't have a line for, and with that, Dig's going to tie up the kills and actually take the lead in gold thanks to their first blood.
Well, we see the difference between the starts as well out of the Hunters here, where Youngbay, with that first blood, has had the Heartseeker, got it up to 10 sacks now as well. That means 2 waves have come through.
That's 40 damage. Bro.
Yeah, whereas it's a 2, or Devglove's 2 here, the Devourer's Gauntlet coming out for Rama. So still 1 more back before he can start amassing power through stacks. Youngbay will be able to go back and pick up probably boots 2 around the same timing. So it's a lane advantage for now for Medusa. We'll have to see how much Warchi can do with the lifesteal out of the Devs gloves.
With that, Warchi just finally got enough gold, but the next wave is there, so he's definitely losing time here. Youngbay has 6 more stacks to pick up right here. If he gets all of them, he's going to be in a really good spot for the rotation.
Bay is about half a level behind, though. So Warchi will get this back kind of for free, as Youngbay did die earlier in the lane, setting him back a bit. Right side Frostyx here as the Thor, but Ojboom with that kill under his belt and already into his rank 2 of his steel mail on his way to what appears to be a mystical.
Yeah.
Especially against this Ullr. There's very little threat that the Thor has.
He's going to be quite a ways away from the mystical mail, though, which I assume is what's going to be built here, kind of that Divios rush. It's going to give him a lot of damage, but he built into Bluestone, so that's going to put him 800 gold behind the time, which was already... it's $28.50 for the item. It's a very expensive item.
Yeah, when we did see it in the spring event, the Bluestone was not a part of the build. It was a full-on rush. But it still makes sense here, even to get the item a little bit later, as you are dealing with a physical soul laner and physical jungler. Frezzo with the toss back into the portal, little alley-oop there for Shadow Nightmare. In comes Frostyx as well to try to nail him down. Archangel, he's going to get a nice pull here. Only going to hit Frostyx, but there comes Rama and Victa as well. Frostyx force a bail out over the top of a monster, not on the mark. Frezzy finds himself a kill. And now, he's going to go forward, continue playing aggressive. Scylla should be able to secure a kill here, but she doesn't have the cooldowns crush. Just now back off cooldown in the Hercules rotation a bit late, giving Ullr a bit of free farm as well. So it's Dignitas coming out ahead, even though they get very, very low. They come out pretty big there with some free farm around the map. For me, that was 100% Da, right? And in the mid lane, he did not throw out the I'm a Monster when he needed to. And I think a lot of that came down to the beautiful stun that came out of Frostyx. He actually stopped her from casting the spell that she wanted to. Had she been preemptive and gone into the I'm a Monster a little bit earlier, it's possible that she could have gotten 1, maybe even 2 kills out of that and maybe saved her teammate. But Frostyx shut it down completely. Beautiful play from Dig. I'm worried about Delo's build here on the Bellona. It looks like it's going to be Talaria and Ickfile, and I think that's so lean. I mean, it's super cost-efficient mid-game items that are looking to get you ahead, but fighting from behind a little bit here. It's a Jotun's Wrath Thor, already with power boots online. He's hit so much harder than the Bellona does at this point. Is it really using that character to full effect, who really wants to 1v1 a character like Thor, but I don't think she's going to be able to, even with a disarm. I like it. The issue is that I haven't seen Dalo play the Talaria start, right? He's not rotating in the way that Talaria would need. 2 chains, 3 chains coming off. Frostyx, though, not taking very much damage there. Level advantage. Oh, look at this. Ares not leveling shackles. He was leveling flames. Oh, here we go. Bay in a bit of trouble. He's going to get slowed now and stunned out, but he's going to be just off the mark there as the ultimate comes out from Medusa. Over the top comes Bellona. It is enough. Dalo able to dive the tower and find the kill, and that'll help out a bit with the start that we're talking about and kind of the danger thereof. All right, they're going to dump everything now to get the return kill onto Dalo. But he's going to somehow skirt out of there. The Thor wall off the mark, stopping the damage from Frezzy. And now the Monster is going to hit 2. This fight's starting to go back. And a beautiful sick him out onto Thor. He may be able to make it out now as Mjolnir comes back up. And Shadow Nightmare starts to turn this one around with his damage as well. Frezzy, can he hit the next block? No, but he will take a bit of tower damage for his trouble. Gets the knock up, gets rooted under tower, is not going to survive. He will. For now, the disarm not enough. 2 under 50 HP players for Dignitas. And once again, they barely eke out ahead in that fight.
This seems to me, I don't feel like this is luck. You know, a lot of times when you get someone down to 1% health, it feels like luck, right? In this case, it feels to me like Dignitas is just much better prepared for this matchup. Papis look like they're kind of outclassed here, and realistically, this is what we should expect. This is the, I think, 6th seed, 4th seed, something coming out of challengers into relegation versus the almost tied for 4th seed from the SPL. I mean, this is what Dignitas should be doing. In fact, Dignitas should not have any deaths at this stage. They should be that much farther ahead than their opponent. So with that, I think Papis being led by Warchi this well to have as many kills as they do is really impressive.
They had a great rotation in the early part of the game that they could have snowballed maybe a little bit better off of. But it's the level advantage here that's going to be the problem, as Dignitas is ahead a tremendous amount of experience, it looks like, for this stage in the game. 8 minutes and 45 seconds. Bellona, here she comes. They're going to eat the Medusa ultimate.
What are you looking at?
Why are you going to look there? But they should be able to secure this kill.
Oh, jeez.
They really don't want to get out-carried by Young Bay.
My God.
But it's the Janus that they need to be worried about. 5-0-2, Shadow Nightmare with a shotgun. You can see what it does. Frostiak hasn't hit an ultimate yet, but it just doesn't matter. They're just doing so much damage. It's going to be a 2-man pull. Bees used by Shadow Nightmare, but he's enough to thwart any additional aggression. They may be able to pick up this kill if Unstable Vortex hit as well. It will not.
That's a nice dodge.
Solo laners rotate out of the solo lane to defend the mid lane, and, well, everything is hunky-dory. A kill going each way there. Bay traded for the mid laner.
Whoa, over in mid, he's trying to get really aggressive. Bellona getting low, going to be cleaned up by the tail whip. Frezzy finds that! And check out the double tap teleport to Berserkers. Frostiak low. No, didn't stick with it, and he's still going to fall.
They just hit the dang Ares. There you go. Variety gets credit for that kill, but Frezzy's going to fall here in the tower.
Gone.
You're toast.
Oh, wow. Ares did no damage there. Olympian Tower takes the kill. Still 5-12.
Dodgeboom's going to try to make something happen here. Has the mystical mail, but Janus is going to bail, and Ullr already gone. He got baited a little bit there to kind of go around and try to, get hit from behind his own tier 1 instead of coming the more aggressive way. And Janus, they just waited for him to commit and then went the other direction. Fury.
This is a big misplay by Doffel there. He doesn't really have anything to do. He should be farming at this stage. He has missed almost an entire wave in mid. Had been no pressure on the Gold Fury, no pressure on the mid camps. It didn't even take his red. He just gave up over a minute's worth of experience when he's already 5 levels behind. Like that kind of stuff. You could maybe do that in challengers, but when you're going up against Shadow Nightmare, who was at one point the best mid in Europe, there's no way you're getting away with that one.
And again, I mean, we're kind of, as I mentioned earlier on, Variety potentially the Achilles heel of this Dignitas squad. You can see a 7,600 experience disadvantage at this point on the side of the Papis. But that being said, Ojboom is doing well, right? He's a level ahead of Variety, and he's really the shining light for this team at the moment.
Driving Strike does hit, but it gets stunned out. Boulder going to find it. Ojboom again cleaning up Variety, just like Bart talked about. We're going to see, looks like Delegate he's going to go down real quick.
It's a little bit... it feels like a very coordinated team versus a less coordinated team, obviously, and it's the Sobek that's just blowing him up. Frezzy, by far, is the player of the game here for me so far. His plucks have been so on target, and he just crushes them on the re-engage as Papis, they go one step too far, they don't get the kills we've seen a few times, and then they get exposed by the Sobek, and that's just been the story of this one.
Warchi, you can't be doing this.
You're playing the dangerous game.
You just got to farm, brother. You just got to farm.
Yeah, you gave it all away.
There was no universe in which that Gold Fury went to blue.
He's feeling himself. They want to make a play on the Hercules. At least that's the jungler's call.
See the Ares, perhaps?
I don't think so. I think he's...
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
All right.
Okay.
My lord.
Good thing you got a speed buff. You can run back to your base faster.
He'll rotate back over to left here with Bay, and they should be able to clean that up pretty cleanly. 6-14, though, is the score at this point. It's like a 5,000 gold difference. Experience bordering on 10,000 at this stage. And with that, I mean, Dig just looks super, super strong.
So talk to me about the duel between the hunters here. It's Heartseeker full stacks. No, Heartseeker half stack, or Heartseeker 30.
30 stacks, yeah.
So Heartseeker Aussie versus Dev's Gloves power boots, neither one fully stacked.
I'm actually pretty surprised to see the Asa come out. It's actually an item that I love and I think fits very well in the meta, but it still seems to me that the what build or the K build, whatever you want to call it, the one that Ataraxia was using in the last season, or the last
what?
split.
Or the K build?
Yeah, what build? QUE. K.
Oh, K. Oh,
yeah,
I see.
Yeah. You're talking about your Heartseeker, Dev's Gloves, directly into the Fatalis, right?
Right.
Huge power.
We need a better name for that.
So what build?
No.
Yeah, man.
It needs like some kind of cute name.
Yeah, what build?
I guess K is pretty funny that you're calling it the what build, but it's not representative of what it is.
It's just a lot of movement speed. Now we're going to see the ultimate come out. Oh, Spirit Gun to the back, not going to miss.
It's going to be race car. Can we call it race car build? Vroom, vroom, vroom.
And with that, I mean, Medusa would be the one that gets the most benefit out of it. She doesn't take strafing penalty.
Right, I mean, but this is the kind of El Clasico build from the beginning of Season 1.
Yeah.
Attack speed boots.
Prezi in trouble here. Oh,
nope.
Shadow Nightmare, though. Beautiful boulder, but it's not going to be enough. Looks like Scylla Adamana's going to be forcing that one away from the sky. Warchi looking for a big one. Not going to find it.
What about Talaria boots on your Ram and just ult on cooldown?
Just stop. They're going away soon. Just let it go. Let them die.
I, for one, like it.
Oh, I do too.
Oh, no, I actually hate that.
Oh, I love them.
I like the idea of Ram ulting to get bonus XP every 90 seconds.
3-man over on the, looks like right side, going to take down the tier 1. All tier 1s now will have fought. Was that Glory Bound?
That was a style jump right there.
Better hope he doesn't get caught.
There you go, Warchi.
He's out. Warchi trying to outbox Medusa. This could be a fatal choice here, but he does have creeps. Yeah, I mean, he's doing a decent amount of damage. Youngbei going to take the defensive.
Needed to hit that slow.
Oh, he's getting aggressive, though.
Yeah, we'll hit that slow. No one coming up behind him. Thor in position, though. Warchi, 3 more seconds before he can roll again. This could get a little hairy here. Did Bay miss it?
He got 2.
Did he miss the last right there? No. He just got walked down. Yikes.
He got 2 from the poison, right? I mean, that was a huge shot. Another spear gun going to be used. Not going to hit, but they'll find Dalo either way on the bottom side. Directly. Oh, they hit that every time.
Yeah, they've had no trouble hitting that one. It seems like Sobek is probably one of those ones that Frezzy really likes to play, but doesn't really consider the best pick always. And here they're feeling themselves a little bit.
They got him again.
That's just level advantage. Base damage on Sobek is crazy. His abilities take amongst the most mana of anyone in his class. And he has, obviously, his ultimate gives him back.
Did he get that?
He got sniped.
Dude, Ojboom and Warchi really seem to be playing at this level.
Oh, yeah. I agree. Yeah, I think that those two are definitely capable.
But Youngbei, however, I think, the one player that's not playing at this level is Youngbei. I think Youngbei, and maybe even Shadow Nightmare as well, are just so far ahead of the pack. I mean, these are 2 players that I really expected to be on the number 1, number 2 seeds Europe, kind of as they were in Season 1. And it's been trouble for them. I mean, they're still trying to get this chemistry down, but the chemistry seems much better. Frezzy and Shadow Nightmare with these charge prey into portal nonsense. You're seeing it from the top end. You're seeing it from the isometric overhead view. It's not that easy when you're in third person. They make it look very simple.
They do, yeah. It is not that easy. Bailing out here with his ultimate is Frostiak, that chain extending into the heavens.
What's that teleport?
Yeah, Ojboom decided to teleport in there.
Oh, you greedy guy.
And Frostiak was indeed greedy enough to try to fight him. Variety could hit a big axe here. No big axes for you.
They're still going in, though. Yeah. Driving Strike is down, so is Boulder.
Frezzy in the front line, the cripple off of duration now. Shadow Nightmare tossing out an Unstable Vortex, dealing some nice damage. Stunned out his Dalo. Gonna take a hammer for his trouble as well.
Warchi looking for the 3rd hit, not gonna find it.
Yeah, only hits 1 out of the 3 there. 21 kills to 7 now in favor of Dignitas. As the pluck comes out, but a pluck the other direction as well. The alley-oop into the portal, and the burst damage is out of control.
Shadow Nightmare gets the portal off the fling, and then Frezzy, right as he lands, has the tail whip hitbox already going to ensure the CC chain is perfect.
It's cheesy, and it's working very, very well.
There's nothing that they can do about it. This is what I expected from Dignitas coming out of the SPL, and maybe it's because they're playing against players that might not be up to snuff. Right, but to me, it seems like they could have done this to anyone who got caught by that charge prey, and I love that.
It's working because of the level advantage on Sobek.
Sure.
Right, he's level 14, which means his abilities hit crazy hard as well.
That's true, and he could be in the front line for much longer thanks to the scaling. Oh, Eagles Rally defensive. That hurts.
Yeah, and like, the level advantage on Sobek matters so much because he's such a mana-dependent god. His abilities cost the most, as I was saying earlier, out of the Guardians. So, Variety, how did you live there?
I mean, she's level 11. That's a level 2 I'm a monster at very best.
Warchi does take out Frezzo, but he burns his beads and pretty much all of his cooldowns in the process to get it.
Well, I mean, with that, Frezzy finding his 4th death, so it's not like he was worth a ton. I mean, if you're looking for real gold, you're looking at Shadow Nightmare right now. 909.
Oh. He's going to hit a couple of dots there, Will Bay. Nothing really cooking yet.
Look at this guy. How greedy do you have to be? Get out of there, Variety.
You have to be that greedy.
I mean, he's going to take a respawn timer for that one, and a big one at that. That's going to be, what, 45 seconds?
Shadow Nightmare going to bail out here. Warchi's going to throw the ultimate out. I'm not sure they have enough, though, to really kill. Just try to keep Ojim out of the fight as Frostiak, and that seems to be the right play. And, well, it's a great play, as they appear to have enough damage to maybe take him down as well.
Oh, they didn't. He was looking to try to just get through the portal, albeit it was very small. Frostiak going to try to escape from this one. Frezzy respawns. Youngbay looking for the cover. Dalo's still trying to rush forward here. I don't know that he's going to have an option.
Well, he's not going to have the Eagles rally available for another few seconds. He's going to get stunned out, and the burst comes through. My friend, you go down very, very quickly to the Youngbay.
Ares has no escape. He is guaranteed to go down here.
Hey, that's the name of his ultimate.
Actually, he didn't have no escape then.
Yeah, he had no escape and no escape. No escape.
No escape.
No.
Left side camps are up still. It looks like Youngbay is going to walk right past them, and he's going to go right for Gold Fury. Frostiak's going to work his way down. It doesn't seem like anyone on blue is really concerned about this whatsoever. They're going to lose another 1,500 gold swing, and with that, things are going to get really bad. They're over 50,000 gold with this pickup. Papis at about 38K.
Yeah, this is the second Gold Fury of the game. It will go to Team Dignitas. No Hog expended as well, worth noting.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they're looking for...
He didn't have it up, but... Oh, no, he did. He didn't have his weakening curse up.
They're looking for Fire Giant, perhaps.
Yeah, could be. Could be the next fight into a Fire Giant. They did send Medusa back. Sobek is fairly healthy, so yeah, you could be onto something there, Brandon.
I love Variety's ward right there. Taking that level of vision that deep forces them to try to take that back, and if they use their sentry wards there, they're going to lose Fire Giant vision, guaranteed.
Yeah, good call. You're right, and not to mention just having vision control in that area is valuable for the Fire Giant.
He dodges it. Didn't quite get it. He's baiting a little while longer. Eagles Rally going to be used.
There's a Thor ultimate up, I believe. It's going to come down and be off the mark. Frostiak. Maybe he's a little out of practice here as they had a little time off. But those Thor ults have not been on point.
Oh, Dave, Doppel not looking that time. Thank God, that would have been an instantaneous kill. But Frostiak looks to clean this one up. Sikkim nowhere near the mark in the back line. Warchi's going to get eaten by the alligator crocodile. Crocodile.
The crocodile of the Nile.
You're right. So, yeah. Oshboom as well. It's Fist of the Gods. Yeah, nothing to do there. That's going to be a 3-for-0 trade. Shadow Nightmare escaping just barely.
What is Variety doing?
I mean, that's a question we've been asking pretty much all game.
All season.
Yeah, that's fair.
He was standing between the Tier 2 and the Phoenix there, and now it took half of his HP as damage to the Ares chains.
He's looking to maybe just try to box.
Yeah, he's just trying to stall.
I mean, realistically, it is the solo laner's job to zone, right? That should be their goal, is to zone everyone off of Fire Giant. Hunter's not too terrible at that, but Hunters also do a ridiculous amount of damage on the Fire Giant.
Yeah, and he's, with a level advantage and some items, he can do it. I have faith.
Well, Fire Giant going to be taken up cleanly. I would not be surprised to see an F6 at this point. Perhaps level the frustration here, go into game 2 and try to start fresh. Their early game was good. Their late game, however, you can really see it just belongs to Dignitas, front to back. Yeah,
and this could very well be a game-winning push. They're going to get another pick here. Oh, no. Escaping just barely there is Warchi, so maybe able to hold it out a bit longer is going to be the Papis. Ram pretty great at lane clear, but it is 5-man strong with the Fire Giant buff and a massive experience advantage going the way of Team Dignitas. They're trying to make their way in. Variety is, he's split off now, and he's farming up a little bit, so we'll see. Can they do it?
But you're going to try to move in here. Medusa, oh, look at this. Bead's going to be used. Medusa still finds the kill, and they're pressing forward. The Phoenix should go down pretty easily here. Yeah, it shouldn't be too hard. Here we go. The burst damage coming out onto the Ares. That's a big part of their CC, obviously, as the Guardian roll. Bailing out as the rest of the squad. Beads burned. Sikkim used as well, it looked like there. Now 2 more members down, and they're going to give it up now. Yeah.
34-10 for Dignitas.
That was what Dignitas should have been doing all season. Right, that's the level of teamwork that I expected from Dig as soon as that roster was made. To the same point, the one player on the team that seemed a little bit out of comfort zone was, to me, Variety.
Yeah, but playing the Hunter role in the solo lane is not always the easiest thing to transition into. We only really saw it become into vogue, in this last kind of week. So just experimenting a little bit, it seemed like, for the team. I mean, they had this. Maybe it was just the kind of expert use of that Sobek pluck into the Janus portal.
Yeah.
Right? It's a hard, high execution play that we're kind of expecting so much out of Dignitas, but it's Young Bay's first blood that we are backing up to now. Let's take a look at that one again.
So with this, I mean, it's Medusa, right? I mean, Medusa, very, very strong at this stage. And just watch the movement here. I love what Sobek does. He puts himself just in the front line, kind of baits himself out. Ares overcommits here, and then Acid Spray plucks him back, lacerate for 80 damage, and if they needed it one more shot, Young Bay picks up first blood. And realistically, that did a lot more than people would have expected. Granted, it was 34 to 10 at the end, but Warchi at one point was ahead of Young Bay in levels. If that first blood didn't happen, that duo lane could have gone in a different direction.
That's right. I mean, the Hunter from the Papis and the Soul Laner from the Papis were ahead by a level through most of that game.
Yeah.
But it was the mid lane difference that really played into it, and the pressure coming out of the jungler as well. Even though Frostiak wasn't hitting all of his ultimates, he was still kind of pressuring the right lanes at the right time. So, guys, that does do it for game number 1. We'll be back with game number 2 in just a few moments, so enjoy the highlights from game 1 as we get into the second game of this best of 5.
Pretending nothing's wrong.